Wow, look what I did. Do you remember those times when you just get so into something that time stopped? And before you knew it, 6 hours had gone by, and you're holding something in your hand that 6 hours ago was just in your head. Those were the days. And then we kind of lost it. You know, life responsibilities, had to work, family. And then we get towards retirement, and we realize that we're going to be leaving the workforce. Kids have gone, and we need something to call ours again. It's kind of a lonely longing for something, but we don't really know what it is. Now I want you to imagine this for a moment, where you can get back in that zone again and start to let your ideas kind of form into something that, whatever. And then you hit on something, and you sit down at a computer, and in a few keystrokes and a couple of mouse clicks, you've designed that up. And then you take a piece of wood like this, and you set it on this machine called a CNC router, and you press the go button. And all by itself, the machine comes alive and starts to dance in and out of that piece of wood that you just placed there, carving away the wood and slowly starting to bring that idea that you just finished designing into reality. You're staring at the robotic dance of it. It's like watching a campfire on a cool Saturday evening when you're sitting there with a cool drink in your hand, totally relaxed. You get totally lost in watching this thing. But you're making something that just came out of your mind. And the funny thing is you don't really have to be computer literate or be a woodworker. All you have to do is have the desire to create something again, something to call all yours. When I first got this machine, it's called a LongMill CNC router. It changed the world for me when it came to my grandkids. You see, Papa wasn't very cool anymore as they were getting a little bit older. But when they found that I had a CNC router and we could create things together, that completely changed the game, where now they want to come over and see me, and we sit down and I get to teach them how to run this machine called a CNC router. And I got to tell you, when men and boys make things together, they remember. And now I'm leaving a legacy. I don't know if you've got a good relationship with your grandkids or not, but I tell you what, something like this has made a world of difference. And you can make things for people to start a little business with, where you get to create things, make a difference in their lives. You see, there's nothing like the feeling of giving someone a gift that you came up with in your mind, and they are in love with it. That inner pride that you created it, nothing that seconds that. I actually miss eating a lot because I'm always making things on this machine these days. Late for dinner all the time. But honestly, this is just something I embrace now, because here's the way this works. If you want something to call yours that you can create from your mind, and maybe a new challenge, but you don't have a lot of skills to get into whatever you're trying to find, CNC router is the way to go, at least in my experience. You have to learn a little bit about computers, but you don't have to know a whole lot. You have to learn a little bit about how the CNC router works, but you don't have to know a whole lot. And by all means, you do not have to have woodworking skills. You learn that along the way as well, but nothing like a craftsman woodworker. I've made so many things on this machine, it's not funny. From signs for people, to wall plaques, an established sign for couples who got married, little Merry Christmas signs, a lion head, wall hanging. This warrior woman project, I designed all that up. I made it for my niece, Isabel, who had brain cancer. So many other things I've made on this machine, and every time when I'm done, there's this total sense of fulfillment. On the screen here is a link if you want to take a look at what a CNC router is. That link will take you to the company that makes this one, the LongMill CNC router. And you can see what exactly this thing is and why it calls you. Check out LongMill and see for yourself. Maybe you can find that sense of purpose. Build a relationship with your grandkids and make those special gifts for your kids or your spouse, or start a little CNC business. That's kind of cool. LongMill, the place where you can get lost again and let your creative imagination flow. Click that link, check it out. I'm going to get back to work here. Wow.